Hello and welcome to Our Year with the Ears, our daily vlog where we relive our year living in the Walt Disney World resorts in 2019. Today is day 261.
It's moving day. We are leaving the beautiful 3-bedroom Grand Villa here at Bay Lake Tower. It's been a great room. We love the views from here, but it is time to go. We are only doing 2 nights here. So we called for bell services to come and get our luggage, and our friends went off to the park. We told them whenever you're ready to come back, just go to Wilderness Lodge instead of going to Bay Lake Tower, and then we'll meet you and take you to the room and all that good stuff. Once bell services took our luggage, we went downstairs to the boat dock at the Contemporary because there's actually a boat that goes between the Contemporary, Fort Wilderness, and Wilderness Lodge, and that's the fastest way to get there. So we hopped on the boat over to Wilderness Lodge, and it also doesn't cost us any money. So once we got to Wilderness Lodge, went to the front desk to check in. We ran into a cast member that we knew from staying here several times before, as well as one of the managers. Actually, he's the manager that's usually up there in club level running that. And we were talking with them and catching up, and they noticed we had 4 nights at the hotel instead of 2 or 3. And they were like, wow, that's a really long stay for you guys, isn't it? And we said, yeah, it is actually a little longer than we planned. So we explained the entire story of how our friends were staying with us, and we were supposed to be in this grand villa with a savannah view, but they had to change it. And so now they're not getting the savannah view, but they don't have to change rooms again. So it's kind of nice for that aspect of it. And the manager was like, well, I'd hate for your friends to have a bad experience because they don't have Savannah View. They were looking forward to it. And obviously I can't give you that here at Wilderness Lodge. But he's like, let me see if there's something else I can do. Give me just a second. He went in the back and came back out and said, okay, so there's only 4 of you in the room, and I couldn't do this if there was more than that. But I can give you guys club level access for the days that you're here. This is not something we normally do. It's just a special magic moment for you and your friends. So you could come up to club level and have food and snacks whenever you want. And then of course your room is still over there in Copper Creek, so you can stay over there. And it's just a little something to help make up for that missing Savannah View. And we were totally shocked by that. Super happy though, because we love club level at Wilderness Lodge. Our friends have never stayed at a deluxe resort prior to the last couple days, and therefore haven't stayed club level either. So this is a great experience for them. We're super excited to surprise them with it when they come back later.
Once we got all checked in, our room was not ready because it is a 2-bedroom villa. So we headed up to club level to see what they had, which we've been here before. We pretty much know what they have, but we know we like it, so we wanted to go up there and get some work done as well as get some snacks and drinks. They had trail mix, which is really great for taking to the park. They had veggies, which are healthy and we don't normally eat very many of. They have chips and pinwheels, which we really like as an afternoon snack. And the sweets for, I would say the end of the meal, but they're actually at the very front. They're the first thing you come to. So I'm not sure how that works. I mean, that's the first thing you put on your plate. So it's the end of the meal dessert, but really it's just cupcakes and cookies for whenever you want them. They also have the cooler full of drinks, which I always get a ton of those apple juice boxes and just look like a kid just going through them. And there's tea and lemonade, which is fine, but I love the apple juice boxes.
You missed one of the drinks. They have an espresso machine too. In case anyone was wondering, there is an espresso machine in every club level, and I know exactly how to use them, and I wasn't expecting to have it, so I'm going to take full advantage and have all the coffee I need while I'm working up here in the club level lounge. We did work the entire afternoon in the lounge up here while our friends were at the park. We told them they needed to be back around 6 o'clock because we do have something going on tonight, and they did know about that. What we didn't tell them is we also have club level access, and so they need to be back for that so they can have some of the food. We'll just surprise them when they get here. Our room still wasn't ready around 4:30, and so we asked them to look into it and see like what we're waiting on. Turns out there were a ton of checkouts today, and the larger rooms like the 2-bedroom villas take longer to clean, so it's just a little bit behind. They said our room would probably be ready around 6:30, which is not ideal, but it's what we have to work with, and that's fine. We're club level. We'll just hang out here and keep snacking until then. Our friends got back from the park, and we went downstairs to meet them and say, okay, well, we're going to take you to the room, but the room's not ready yet, so instead, let's go hang out in the club level lounge because we can do that, which they were so surprised by and very excited to get to try out. And they were there just in time for all the great food.
They had a variety of different cheeses, which seems to happen at pretty much every club level. There's raw veggies, which again, we're not going to fill up on, but we'll eat a few just because, you know, we're adults and we have to. They had several different types of salads in the little mason jars, which just look really cool. We don't ever eat them, but they look awesome. There was a soup of the day, which was a potato soup and is really good. Even though it's hot outside, we've been inside all day, so I actually really liked this. They had bison wraps, which were really, really good. I was surprised at how much I enjoyed these.
It tasted similar to the bison burger as far as the meat goes, but it's on lettuce, and so it's not really a burger. But I actually enjoyed it too, and I had several of them because you just kind of pop the whole thing in your mouth and have another one.
They also had chicken and veggies, which I really enjoyed. This is kind of on the lighter side as far as some of the options they have. And they also had samosas, which I have tried before. I'd never had one before we stayed here in Club Level at Wilderness Lodge. I don't enjoy them, apparently, but I got to try them, which was nice that I got to try something new.
And the PB&J shooters that we love so much here at Club Level were missing this time, and they had Uncrustables instead. So I had to ask the cast members, like, what happened with the PB&J shooters? Why are there Uncrustables? Because those are very different things. And they said, no, we have an allergy in-house. The shooters aren't going away. They're just temporarily gone. The person with the allergy is fine with the Uncrustables being here individually wrapped, but if we had the open shooters sitting out like that, it could be a problem. So we had to get rid of those for the few days that they're staying here. So I was disappointed, but I totally understand. I did not take an Uncrustable. It's just not the same as a PB&J shooter. As we were finishing up our food, the room was ready. We got the text message. So we finished everything up and went down to the room quickly to do our room tour. We are now running a little bit late for our event coming up, but that's okay. We took pictures around the room and did our room tour video for Facebook and YouTube. When you come into the bathroom, you will find there is a single vanity on the right-hand side with cabinets and drawers and things like that underneath. Very large countertop here, and it also has the additional shelf up above it. But if you look up into the mirror, you will notice the infinite, look at that, like the infinite mirror effect. That is just kind of trippy, but kind of cool because on the other side you have the exact same setup with another single vanity. It is a little bit different because you've got a tissue box and a trash can and stuff like that over there, but yeah, kind of a weird effect. Just stand here and look in the mirror and see yourself 5,000 times. And you can see that entire room tour linked down in the description below and up there in the corner.
Before we even took any pictures or video, we called Bell Services and asked them if they could bring our luggage up. We know it's going to take some time. We've done this a lot of times this year, so we know it does take time, and we have a lot of luggage, but we need some stuff in our luggage, so we needed them to bring it up. Thankfully, it worked out. They came right after we were done with the pictures and video. We changed because tonight is the DVC Moonlight Magic event at Typhoon Lagoon. Our friends have never been to the water parks here at Disney World, and so we're really excited to take them, but it started at 6:30, and at this point, we're already late. Nothing we can do about that. That's fine. It's a 3-hour event, and the water park isn't that big. I mean, we could enjoy the whole time, but we'll still be okay even if we're late. We all changed really quickly and went downstairs to the buses, and there was no time for Typhoon Lagoon. And it's always that awkward game of, do we wait it out? Do we call rideshare? What do we do? So we decided we're gonna call an Uber. We'll get there faster. We'll just do that. We'll pay for it. And our friends went, oh, we've never done that before. I'm like, ride in an Uber? Like, no, done rideshare at all. Which is really weird because we do it so much. It's really never occurred to us that some people have never done rideshare before. And Uber's just what we've always used. We're like, oh, it's really simple. You just call a car, they take you there. No big deal. So I pulled up the Uber app, called a car, and they weren't very far away. It said like 2 or 3 minutes. We're like, awesome.
It's a good thing. Get
here fast, we'll get there, awesome. But I'm tracking the car and it said they were like in the back of the parking lot. And right then, the car pulls up, says, Elisa? I was like, yeah, that's me. Now I am a huge, huge fan of always checking the license plate. That is a big deal. But I was talking to my friend, we're having a nice time, we're in a hurry. So we got in the car, Robert got in the front, I got behind him. Our friends are in the back with me, and we take off. And we're driving down the road, and all of a sudden I get a phone call. It says, hi, Alyssa. I was like, yeah. And she goes, I'm here to pick you up. I'm in a car. She goes, not mine. I was like, oh dear. I'm like, I got in someone else's Uber? That's so awkward. I've never done that before. And she said my name, so now I'm trying to figure out how this happened. She goes, do you want me to cancel the ride? And I was like, I guess. I'm really sorry, but there should be someone waiting for a car over there with a similar name to Alyssa. And she goes, okay, I'll look. And she hung up. Well, now I have to tell everyone we're in the wrong car. I was like, hey, everyone, we somehow got in the wrong car. I'm not sure how that happened. So I went, excuse me. And the driver didn't respond. Excuse me. Hello? Excuse me. Straightforward. And now we are all terrified for our lives.
I am
and
sitting
we're looking
here
at each other.
freaking out a little bit. I'm in the front seat next to this psychopath who's abducted us. and we've just turned out of Wilderness Lodge onto the main road. So Magic Kingdom parking lot is on my right, and there's this little grassy area in between the Magic Kingdom parking lot and the road. And so I'm looking at how fast she's driving. She's about to go on this exit. Can we tuck and roll, like diving out of the car and survive mostly with minor injuries if we do that? I'm kind of really freaked out. Yep. So I looked over and I was like, hey, and I kind of snapped and like got her attention, and she looks over at me and pulls an earbud out. She didn't have one in this ear, so I don't know if maybe she's like deaf in that ear or what, but I didn't see it in the other ear. And she goes, what? I was like, where are we going? She's like, Yacht Club. I was like, we're not going to Yacht Club, we're going to Typhoon Lagoon. And she's like, no, you said Yacht Club. And I was like, the Uber app, it says Typhoon Lagoon. She goes, I'm not Uber, I'm Lyft.
We not only got in the wrong car, we got in the wrong company car. This isn't even an Uber. We got in a Lyft. We have never taken Lyft in our lives. And so she pulls over and she goes, well, I'm not driving anymore until you book this ride. I'm like, okay, well, we don't have the app. Can we just give you cash? Is that okay? She goes, no, download the app and call. All right.
So we had to sit there and download the app. Turns out the person she was supposed to pick up, her name was Allison, and with the accent, it sounded like Alyssa. All four of us heard Alyssa.
Yep.
So yeah, that was fun. We downloaded the app, got an account created, hooked up to Facebook or whatever to create an account quickly, and then purchased a ride, and she picked it up. Thankfully, she was able to pick it up because it'd be really awkward if we were sitting in the car and she didn't pick up our ride. Then she got back on the road and drove us over to Typhoon Lagoon, where we needed to be for the Moonlight Magic event. And at this point, we had about an hour and a half left to enjoy Moonlight Magic. Our friends are traumatized and never want to take Uber again for the rest of their lives.
And at this point, they still haven't. We did ask again. It's been 2 years now, and they have not gone in a rideshare since.
So we're just going to hurry into Moonlight Magic and do as much as we can to try and forget the trauma of being abducted on accident. And what better way to start that off than with free ice cream, Mickey bars, Mickey ice cream sandwiches, strawberry popsicles, whatever you want to have. We're going to start off with one of those and kind of get our game plan for riding the rides. We wanted to see what the wait times look like because you never really know. There were 15-minute waits posted on most of the rides, and I thought, okay, that's not too bad. We can do 5 or 6 rides throughout the night and maybe get another Mickey bar in between. So we went to the first ride, got in line, it said 15-minute wait. 5 minutes later, we were sitting in the raft. So definitely a walk-on ride for at least this one water slide.
And that's pretty much how the rest of the night went. Because we got there late enough, a lot of people had already ridden the rides they wanted to ride, so they were all in line for food. We're like, well, we're not gonna wait in line for food because we're here, we had dinner already. So we got to ride 7 rides, and Robert got 4 Mickey bars throughout the night, and it was actually really perfect because we could go get a Mickey ice cream sandwich, get in line, wait a few minutes, and so all the time it takes to get all the way up through the line and get in there, we eat our Mickey bars, then we throw the trash away, get on the ride, go down. So we had a whole system tonight to make sure we maximize the time here.
We really didn't know what to expect from Moonlight Magic at a water park, but this has been a lot of fun. We saw Goofy and Pluto walking around earlier, just kind of snapped a picture of them as we walked by, didn't stop to see them, and they even had a dance party like they've had at all the other Moonlight Magics as well.
The Pirates were definitely a surprise as far as the DJ goes, and I was shocked they had a DJ. They've had them at all the others, but with it being a water park, we thought it might be different. But everything we've had at every other Moonlight Magic event, they had here tonight. We took lots of pictures with our friends and just had the absolute best time. And it was really nice to have someone else take a picture of us because we never have anyone else with us usually. So we got some pictures of just the 2 of us. And of course we took lots of pictures on the rides as well. They aren't great because half the time we're moving and it's dark and there's water on the phone. So they're not good pictures, but they're a lot of fun for memories.
As the party was coming to a close, we literally had like 2 minutes left. and we all had coupons for a quick service meal. And I know we ate dinner earlier, but apparently being at a water park and riding all the slides and going up all the stairs really makes you hungry. So we hurried up, and there was hardly any line whatsoever for the quick service food, and we all grabbed meals just before they closed. We didn't have a lot of time to eat them because once they shut down the party, they kind of started ushering everybody out. So we just kind of sat down and ate really quickly. We got chicken nuggets and fries and that kind of stuff, and then just took it with us eating on the way out to the buses. We did wait for a bus back to our resort. We did not do an Uber. We just waited for a bus
Lyft. We didn't do
because
that
they
either.
were too traumatized to even consider doing an Uber or Lyft, and that's fine with us. We waited on a bus and went back to Wilderness Lodge. We did get back too late for desserts, but that's totally fine. We had plenty of ice cream tonight. We don't need any more sugar. Went back to our awesome 2-bedroom villa here, and that was the end of our day today. So we'll see you tomorrow
For our Year with the Ears.